Welcome to the episode of the Online Supercoach Show. Today I have a legend among us. And before I introduce him, I'm going to share the backstory on how we first connected. This will blow your mind. So I was speaking at my buddy Brandon Carter's seminar. It was a seminar for like online coaches and online entrepreneurs. And within that room, you see a lot of different types of experts, personal trainers, coaches, people are on the older side of the scale. And out of nowhere, I see this young man full of energy, smiling. I'm like, what's this dude doing here? He's the youngest guy at the seminar. And then after my speech, we connected and he told me he's 17 years old and he's an entrepreneur. I was blown away. From that point on, we connected, became friends, messaged back and forth. Then he told me he's doing over $100,000 a month at the age of 17. I said, how do you do that? We started talking and talking about his business model, and I was blown away. And I have him here on the show to share his personal story, his background, and also, most importantly, how you could take some of Sam's wonderful knowledge and implement it into your life. So first and foremost, Sam Jacobs, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, AJ. It's been a pleasure. It's a crazy story how we met, and I'm excited for this. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. To kick things off, Sam, what is a quote or a mantra that fires you up?
Oh, 100%. I stand by this quote every single day of my life, and you guys should too. For me, it's all about the quote, figure it out. I know it kind of sells. It sounds like, what does that mean? Right? And, as an entrepreneur, no matter what, no matter who you are, you're going to have problems. Every single day, you're going to run into problems. And if you don't figure it out, boom, you're going to be out of the world in just a week. So very important to figure it out. Answers are always there, no matter who you are, what there is. You can be obese and in a year later, you can be ripped. How did that happen? You figured it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's such a great point. I think about even my own entrepreneurial journey. I've been doing this a bit longer than you. Yeah. I'm 12 years in, and there were so many times where I was stuck. I had problems, issues came into place, and I had to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And let's go back into your journey because you've been doing this for about a year and a half now. Is that correct?
Yes. It's been a year and a half and it's been growing like crazy.
Yes. I mean, how does someone go from 0 to 100,000 a month in a year and a half? Please share your backstory.
All right. 100%. So, when I got started, I was probably just like many of you guys watching this. I was looking to change my life, and really just start making money in general. And a quick YouTube search, I came across a couple of business ideas. Affiliate marketing was the first one, and it was a big failure. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, it was the biggest fail of my life. I spent the whole summer on it and zero. But I wasn't like most people. I didn't tell myself, oh, that was a waste of time. I told myself that's gonna be a learning experience, and I'm gonna kill it this year. And I kept going. The next thing I went over was something called drop shipping. Drop shipping is extremely popular right now. And I have dozens, hundreds of students doing it. Some of my students even doing over thousands of dollars each day. And it's absolutely crazy. So that's what I went over to next. In the next couple of months, it was just really tough for me. I wasn't getting those sales I wanted on my store. And it was just really tough, but I told myself I'm going to keep pushing every single day. I told myself in the back of my head, one day it's going to pay off. And that's what happened. I got a mentor. Mentors are super important. And that was really the big turning point. A mentor was the thing that really took it from nothing to 5 to 6 figures per month. And it totally changed my life. And, that's pretty much my story in 2 minutes.
All right. I appreciate that. It's a very inspiring story. Going from 0 to 5 figures a month is then 6 figures a month. And, listen, everyone is on their own journey. So I don't want anyone listening to this podcast to compare themselves to Sam because he is an anomaly. It takes most people decades to even get to 6 figures a month. Some people 20, 30 years. So everyone's on their own journey. But what are some words of wisdom you could give to someone if they are stuck, Sam? Let's say if they've been trying their hardest to become a self-made millionaire and they've been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years and they can't crack the code.
Right. So if you're stuck, I get stuck a lot. Sometimes I ask myself, where am I going? Like at a certain point, do I stop? What do I do? And you guys are going to go through a lot of hard times. The number one thing I do, you just got to take a deep breath. Look at the big picture. You have a problem. The only way you're going to get out of it is if you solve it, right? By having thoughts in your mind, oh, this is, I'm going to die or whatever it is, that's not helping. The only thing that's going to help is change. So you sit down, write down every little thing that's bothering you, right? Write a list, every single little thing. You're having problems with your family. This person died. That's not going to stop you. You cannot let those things stop you. Write all those things down and make a change.
Wow.
Because if you don't make a change, nothing will change. So that's all. You got to keep going. And for me, like, I think the biggest thing was a lot of these people are saying, they're working or whatever it is, but really get real with yourself. What are you doing to get to your goals? Are you putting the work every single day? For me, what I did in the past year, it can take people, their whole lifetime. But the fact is, every single day I sit in this office and I actually put in the work. So that's really, really important.
Yes, absolutely. And a cool thing that I discovered as becoming Sam's friend is we actually grew up in the same neighborhood, and we're both Queens boys. And of course, living in Queens, New York, you don't come from super wealthy families. We're both self-made men, and we work our butts off to get to where we are. So that's something I respect about him, that no one handed him anything. He worked, he invested, and he figured things out.
Right.
But the question I have is, when you started making real money, what was the coolest thing you bought for yourself?
What was the coolest thing I bought for myself? The coolest thing, I took that money and reinvested into the business. That was the coolest thing. Because for me, more than anything, is where I'm going. Because a lot of people, what they do is they start making money, and it's totally fine to treat yourself. But it is very important that you reinvest your money. You make sure that you don't get too over yourself, because some people get comfortable. So very important, you guys, always be reinvesting, always keep learning. No matter where I am, if I'm a millionaire, billionaire, I'll always keep advancing, always keep putting money into the, business. Obviously treat myself. I'm getting a new car soon.
Lamborghini?
Maybe. Yeah, so that's that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And one thing I respect about you is you definitely reinvest back in the business. Obviously, you still live with your parents. You don't live a flashy lifestyle. I will admit, if I was 17 and if I was making the money you were making, I probably wasted on a lot of crap, probably get my own apartment, get a Lamborghini, and just waste it on nonsense, So I really respect you for having a disciplined mindset.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Very important.
So please share some of the things you do on your daily routine. How do you keep your mindset so strong?
Okay, yeah, for sure. So you see that little thing over there? That's called a whiteboard. I suggest that to every single person, or even for sure a notebook. If you don't have a notebook, get one. And here's how I go about writing my goals. Goal setting is super important. And obviously having a routine, but the first thing is make sure you have your goal set. Write down what you want to accomplish, whether it's money-wise, whether it's family-wise, whether it's, you want to stay fit, whatever it is. You need to write on top of that whiteboard, on top of your notebook, I want to, stay healthy. And then break that down into 3 little things, okay? Whether that is going to the gym once a day, whether that is, creating a diet plan or whatever it is. Write 3 things, then you break that down to 5 things. You see how I'm breaking things down? Keep breaking it down until you have about 10 different small little things. And then once you have that up on your whiteboard, it's very important that every single day, okay, you write down your daily routine, what you need to do that day to get closer to your goal. So that's very important. But in terms of my daily routine, I kind of very important. I always stay, health is very important. I always, work out. Reading is
What
very
time do you wake
important
up?
as well. What do you say?
What time do you wake up?
I wake up now. I'm still in school, so I do wake up right now around 6:30.
Okay.
But for me, during this past summer, I'm more of a night person, and that's not a problem. One thing I learned is that it doesn't matter what time you go to sleep, it doesn't matter what time you wake up. It matters what you do in those hours that you're up, right?
Yes.
So that's what you need to be focusing on, putting in the work. Reading is really important. I do that. I try doing that daily, but remember, don't get too carried away, because reading is great, but it's not going to make you that money. It's not going to be
True.
changing your life. It's going to change your mindset, which is very key, but it's not going to be making you that money. Only thing that's going to make you money is putting in the action. All right.
Well said. Well said. Well said. How does it feel to make more money than your principal and teacher combined?
Sometimes it gets over me. Sometimes like I'm sitting in class and I'm like wondering why I'm still there. But my parents still want me to, finish it off last year. Who knows if you're watching this video, it might be next year. I'm not in school, but it's just the fact that it just makes me realize that there's so much money out there to be made. And whoever's watching this right now, if you're watching this right now, you can do that too. My life changed in this past year so much. Went from zero to doing over 6 figures per month.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, I'm not a special person. I'm just a regular kid from Queens, New York, and putting in the work every single day. You can do it too.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. This interview is going to inspire many people. If you're watching this and you're inspired, definitely let Sam know. I'm going to send all of his social media stuff, because he inspires me, because once you think you're doing big things, you meet a gentleman like Sam at the age of 17, woo, he's killing the game. And it's like, I got to step my game up,
Yes.
That's a great insight, right, Sam? Because some people could be inspired by you or become insecure by you.
Right. 100%. I mean, I get stories every day sent to my Instagram. We have over 35,000 followers there, and I get stories every single day of people, of me changing people's lives. And, I want to thank everyone that's, letting me know that that's the thing that keeps me going. Social media is so super powerful. And, when I got started, my personal brand, my Instagram account, I wasn't doing major numbers. But the thing is that you guys inspire me. You guys for sure inspire AJ. And, don't think that your words are like not putting into effect. It's changing lives. Your words are also changing lives. We're not the only ones changing lives. You are too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great point, because anyone that says, oh my God, I wish I was as successful as AJ or Sam, I'm not really where I need to be. Everyone is playing their own part on their own journey, right? So you may have a few clients that you're helping, and you're changing their lives, right? Maybe not at the magnitude, because there's always going to be someone making more money and changing more lives, right? We think we're doing great. Then we look at Elon Musk. The dude's killing it, and then there's always going to be the Bill Gates and the Zuckerbergs.
Yes.
I mean, never compare yourself to someone else.
Yeah, 100%. Always remember what you have, and keep going from there. You can, I don't, you guys are watching this right now. Whatever me and AJ's successes are, take that as inspiration, but don't think that you're not good enough, because as my mom, my parents always used to say, there are people in Africa, there are people literally with no food, starving. So, it's not a joke, and you have more than, probably 50% of Americans, and you have to put that into effect.
Yes, that's a beautiful perspective, right? Because the Americans, they're so obsessed with the 1%, and if you're on the 1%, if you make, I think, over $350,000 US a year, but within the rest of the world, we are like the 1%, because the majority of the world literally lives on $1 a day, and it's crazy to see outside of the US or Europe, first world countries, the third world countries, man, people are like malaria and barely getting by, lack of water, resources, food, and the fact that we have a roof over our head, electricity, and we can make it past the age of 30 is purely a miracle. When most people, they're struggling, it's tough out there.
100%.
Yes. And one of the reasons was, I don't want to get too detailed into the logistics of the business. Of course, I'm going to have people connect with you and figure out all the things you do, because, you do a multitude of different things, from e-commerce to software. I would love for you to share, just so people can know the type of things you're involved in.
100%. So, one of the main things is drop shipping. Drop shipping is one of the best businesses to start today, and it's just increasing in popularity. The basic model is, you're able to create your own website with your own products. However, with drop shipping, it just means that you don't own any inventory. You're getting products from China, just posting on your site. Once someone orders from your website, China will immediately ship it out to the customer. So, for example, you want to sell this, okay? And this is, let's say, from China for $1. You could put it on your site for $4.99, right? And every time someone orders, that's a $3 profit. You're never touching the product. So it's pretty awesome. And obviously there's a lot of work that goes into it. I have a whole course on that we have dozens and dozens of students in there. If you guys are interested, AJ's going to leave my links, my Instagram below, and you guys connect with me if you're serious about it. But I also do a series of other things. Obviously, in order to sell this, you got to know how to market. You guys need to know how to advertise. And with this day and age, Facebook, Instagram makes it so simple. And even companies, real companies, businesses can do a lot of different things with these certain advertising strategies that we use. So many times businesses come to me and say, "Hey Sam, would you help us increase our business, our sales?" And that's where the marketing comes in. And that I do a little bit of that, where I help businesses grow. Obviously, I charge them a couple $1,000s a month, and that's one thing. And then we also got the personal brand, where I'm helping thousands of you guys. We got new companies starting up, so we got a lot going on. But I did have a lot more going on, but it's very important, big key, less is more. So if you guys have a million things going on, limit it to one or two different things. After you have those things like automated, making money already, then you can go ahead and start adding on like different business models into there, if that makes sense.
That's a great point. Because a lot of listeners are, let's say, service providers, whether they're a personal trainer or a coach or a consultant, and maybe they do a little e-commerce and perhaps getting involved in other things. But let's say, for example, someone is an online coach. They're doing well for themselves, $10,000 a month, solid 6-figure online coaching business, and it's taking up a good amount of their time. Could someone make money part-time drop shipping, or is it something where they need to put in 40, 50-hour weeks in the beginning?
100%. So, that's up to you, right? So whenever people come to me and say, "Hey Sam, how many hours does it take?" It's really up to you. How much you want to invest into the business, how much you want to make from the business, because the more work you put in, most probably the more money you're going to make. And of course, if you can put in an hour a day, it's really up to you and how you want to go about it. But remember this, drop shipping, one of the great things about drop shipping is that it allows you to learn marketing the correct way. So if you're an online coach, you're in any business, you need to know how to market and know sales. And that's where drop shipping comes in, because in order to go ahead and market these products, you're going to have to know how to do, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that. And once you learn how to do that, you're able to bring that over to your other businesses. You're, being a coach. And, one of the things is when me and AJ first met, we learned about sales funnels and all those different things. If you don't know how to use Facebook ads, you don't know how to market correctly, then, you're losing out on a lot of money,
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I always tell my students and the listeners of this podcast, there's only so much you can do organically, right? And we do our best with our Facebook and our Instagram and LinkedIn and email list, but there's a limit, It's very difficult to get to consistent $100,000 plus months with just organic marketing. It is very, very difficult. Only few people could do that. Most you have to run ads, and that's why as soon as you become profitable and you're tapping out your organic resources, you have to master paid advertising.
100%. And, I say this over and over, with paid advertising, you're acquiring customers. So imagine this, imagine you're able to get your next client for less than $2. And that's what it is with Facebook advertising and all that stuff. You are running ads and you are getting, you're getting leads, a phone number, an email for literally $2, $3. And in a sense, you can take that customer and convert them into thousands and thousands of dollars. So, that's where Facebook ads comes in. And, if you guys aren't starting with it, you can get started today. Shoot me a DM, talk to AJ and me. And, it's really simpler than you think. And you can get on top of this in just a couple of months.
Yeah, 100%, Sam. And here's the thing, guys, there's a lot of people that say they have great mentorships, great programs, but I fully endorse Sam Jacobs. Firsthand, I met the guy. He's got a great heart. He cares. And since we've become friends, I've seen the results he's gotten for people. He really puts in the work, and he's got a killer mentorship program that sells out very often because he gets people in there and then it gets filled out. But we're going to provide a special link to get closer to Sam and get involved in his mentorship, because if this guy could learn this stuff so quickly, he's got a great fingertip feel to teach you, because think about someone who discovered it in a very fast way. He could teach you the shortcuts so you don't have to spend all this time and effort figuring it out.
Right. And for sure, one thing that I recently watched, like AJ was saying, the mentorship program, for me, when I got started, I invested in a mentor, but sure did it cost me a lot of money. It costed me, close to $5,000 for a mentor for, 1 to 2 months. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching this, you probably don't have that type of money. So what we recently launched is the Inner Circle Mentorship Program, which is only $47 a month. And if you think about it, it's less than a cup of coffee per day. So, everyone who gets in there is pretty happy. We do have really limited spots. So, the link down below, we're either going to attach the application link where you guys are going to be able to apply for the program, or the direct link to the sales page for $47 a month. We'll see if me and AJ are in the mood. We might even skip the qualification and go straight to the sales page. We'll see. But
I only have honest, hardworking, good people that watch this show.
All right. So, you know what? I guess we're going to
for it, man. We'll just accept
it. All right. So here we go. So AJ just told me, guys, that you guys are serious people. So I guess we're going to skip the application process. I'm going to leave the link right down below to go direct to the sales page. But we're going to leave it up just for you guys. Usually, anyone who follows me, you guys know that you have to go through an application process. But
very strict.
For this exclusive link for everyone right down below to get in for $47 a month, we go through everything, your entrepreneur journey, scheduling your goals, and going through any questions you guys have. You're going to have access to me. We got some crazy things. It's not going to be something you want to miss.
Yeah, I know. It's solid, and Sam over delivers. I've seen, like I said, firsthand what he's capable of, not only for himself, but for his students. And the cool thing is that this is like a bonus. If you watch this long in the interview, you are an action taker. You're serious, And because you're serious, you get right to the source, right? So I appreciate that, Sam. I'll be providing the special link for them. And to close things off, this is what I'm curious. Right now, Sam, you're 17 years old. You have your whole life ahead of you. But what does the future hold for Sam Jacobs?
Right, 100%. So for me, it's really important that I do something good with my money. Obviously money is great, but at the end of the day is, what are you going to do with that money? Obviously, you can have a great life. You know, I'm planning having a great life. You know, it's really important that you have a plan ahead of you. And for me, I want to open organizations which help people in need and just keep inspiring people like you guys and keep growing every single day, getting to the next level. And for me, I love the journey. When I sit in the office, I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm having a great time every single day, no matter what. And the future holds some great things for you guys, for me, for AJ, for everyone. And this is awesome.
This is awesome, Mr. Sam Jacobs. Thank you for an amazing interview. I got so much value from it. And everyone else who want to connect with Sam, I'm going to put all the links below this video. And you are good to go, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you. AJ, it was a pleasure. It was such a pleasure. And talking to you guys, I hope you guys are inspired and can't wait for the future.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers. All right.